So in today's video, we're going to take a look at the new Galaxy A12 by Samsung. Now this version is the unlocked international model. So this one's not going to work on Verizon, but it should work on AT&T and T-Mobile. It's got 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage. It weighs in at 205 grams. Good thing is it's got a 6.5-inch display. The downside is it's only a 720p resolution, and it comes with Android 10. It also takes a micro SD card, and it's got a quad camera system there on the back. Now I paid just under $200 for this model, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what we've got. So of course it comes with quick start guide and warranty card. Now I got the white version, but it also comes in red, blue, and black. USB-C charging cable. Surprisingly, they do include headphones with this one. And it comes with a USB adaptive fast charging brick. If you're going to use this in the United States, they do make an adapter. And then of course your SIM card removal tool. It also has a fingerprint scanner built right into the power button. So weight on this actually feels pretty decent. Not super light, but not real heavy. Now this is a mostly plastic phone, but I gotta say it actually looks pretty nice in person. It's got a matte finish to it, and it's got nice texture on the back. You can see the quad camera setup there on the back actually sticks out a little bit, and then a flash there below. There on the right's the power and volume buttons. SIM card tray there on the left hand side. Nothing along the top other than the microphone. Then on the bottom you've got the charging port, speaker, and headphone jack. Interesting that they're going back to the teardrop camera on the front instead of the hole punch, which to me isn't that big a deal. I could go either way. Now the bad thing is this only has 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, which could be a deal breaker for some people. Now during setup, you're going to get face recognition, fingerprints, pattern, PIN, and password. I gotta say, even though this is a 720p resolution screen, it actually doesn't look that bad in person. It is using about 16 gigabytes of the 64 gigabytes available, but I think it should be just enough for pretty much all the apps I'm going to use. Like I said earlier, this is on Android 10, One UI 2.5. Doesn't look like there's a lot of bloatware on here. There's only a few Samsung apps, unless you sign in with your Samsung account, of course. Some of the Google apps, a few from Microsoft, Facebook, which they do let you uninstall. And the notification shade, you're going to get Quick Share, Dolby Atmos, Do Not Disturb, Blue Light Filter, Power Mode, Flashlight, Airplane Mode, Auto Rotate. You also get Dark Mode and Focus Mode. For some reason yesterday when I was setting this phone up, it had all kinds of issues updating apps. I think it also has a software update, so I'm not really sure what's going on, other than it just took forever to update. So I just let it do that overnight, and I think we're good to go now. As far as software goes on here, this is going to be very similar to pretty much any other Samsung phone you buy. You can swipe up or down to access all of your apps. This does have a few gestures you can choose from. You've got lift to wake, double tap to wake, smart stay, smart alert, easy mute, finger sensor gestures, and swipe to call or send messages. Here's a quick sound test just so you get an idea of what the speaker sounds like. I doubt I would use the pinball buttons, considering I'm going to get the Legends pinball, but it's good that they give you that option. Even the power button looks the same, plus you've got the menu button, player 1 and rewind buttons as well. And besides looking like the control deck from the Legends Ultimate, it feels very similar. There on the back is where you can plug in the power, USB, and control bus. I gotta say, the stick's nice and clicky. Buttons feel like really good quality as well. Very similar to the Legends Ultimate. It's also got some chrome trim there around the edges. Unfortunately, you've only got one speaker at the bottom. It doesn't really sound that great, and it could be a little bit louder. Let's take a quick look at the camera app. Okay, so pretty quick shutter speed on this one. Pretty good detail on this one as well. Now, it doesn't look like the wide angle is quite as high resolution, but overall the photo actually looks pretty decent. You got live focus, photo with wide angle or regular. You've also got video, which you can use the wide angle on that as well. Then you've also got pro, panorama, macro, and food. Now for video on the rear camera, you can shoot up to 1080p, 30 frames per second. And same thing on the front camera, 1080p resolution, 30 frames per second. Now here's a few samples of photos and video, just to give you an idea of what to expect from the Galaxy A12. One thing I don't like what they're doing on phones nowadays, they're making the corners curved so much that it's almost cutting stuff off. I just open up the YouTube app and it just keeps loading. Like, what's wrong with this phone? Same thing when I tried to do updates last night to some of the apps. It's like it would just keep downloading, but then it would never install. I mean, I don't have the fastest internet, but it really shouldn't be taking this long. I'm starting to wonder if there's something wrong with this specific model, or there's just some updates that it hasn't installed yet. Because I don't think I've had a phone where it just doesn't open YouTube unless there's some kind of update issue. I ran a Geekbench test on this, and yeah, the scores aren't really that great. But as far as performance goes on games, I tested out PUBG Mobile, Asphalt 9, and Call of Duty Mobile. And surprisingly, all three played fairly smooth. Sure, you're gonna get a little bit of lagging here and there, because this is an entry-level phone and it's not super powerful, but I feel you can still play some games on here without any problems. Now, this wouldn't be my first pick for a gaming phone, but during my testing, it played PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile, and Asphalt 9 without too many issues. Here's some more game footage just so you can get an idea of what it looks like. You can definitely see graphics loading a little bit slower than on more expensive phones, but nothing that would make it unplayable. So I think if I didn't have so many issues with this phone as far as downloading updates, this might actually be a decent phone. But yeah, this is probably the worst experience I've ever had when buying a new phone. I don't know if it's because this is the international version and I'm in the United States or what, but it's been having all kinds of downloading issues, update issues, and it just feels really slow and sluggish. So for that reason alone, yeah, I would not recommend the Galaxy A12. Or if you are really interested in getting this phone, I might wait till they do some more updates. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.